EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
First and 10, Taylor now. Room here to run. And they do finally get him at the 12. 64 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. Now Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam now. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, 0-0-0.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The slot man in motion right. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Here's Jacobs from the gun, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. second down. Jacobs once more. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Play action. Now Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. 83 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They go play action here on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Mason escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he lost the football.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, You had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the back.
And now before the ball changes hands, we're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Final shot before break. Mason, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have
flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Mason. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Operating from the gun, Mason. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. Operating from the gun, Mason. And he's got Pierce. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Back to throw. Mason. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Operating from the gun, Mason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, Jacobs once more. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do running with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Mason. Touchdown! Alec Pierce. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 3rd down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. He's taken down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. thrown too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Mason. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score Colts 35, Broncos 7. Brendan McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a goal.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Mason. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1 and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday.